Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in my last class we have discussed all the provisions related to strike as far as the Industrial Dispute Act is concerned. Here in this video I am going to discuss different types of strike, and in the first slide I am going to show the list of strikes that I am going to discuss. Why to waste time? Let's get into the first slide. I am going to discuss as many as 11 types of strikes. They are general strikes, stay-in strikes, go-slow strike, work-to-rule strike, tool down, pen down, sit-down strike, hunger strike, relay strike, lightning or wildcat or quick strike, sympathetic strike, mass resignations and gherao. All of this and most of this I am going to deal with case laws also. Let's get into the general strike. The first type of strike, that is general strike, which is usually called by all the unions all over India, and these are making common demands like increasing the minimum wages or removal of contract labor system or organizing the unorganized sector, improvement in the labor laws, all of those stuff, and they usually happen twice in a year, and because they are generally called by all, it is called as general strike. The second category is stay-in strike, where the workmen come inside their workplace. They sit at their workplace but they are not doing any work. They are staying back at their workplace, and the two examples here are Punjab National Bank Limited versus their workmen and LD Sugar Mills versus Ram Sarab. Here in the case law, that is Punjab National Bank Limited versus their workmen, the employees came inside the bank, they sat in their respective seats, but they didn't vacate the same. Now it is a problematic situation as far as Supreme Court is concerned, and it told that it is a problematic situation created by the union and shall considered as strike. Likewise, in the LD Sugar Mills versus Ram Sarab also it was held that stay-in strikes or tool down strikes etc., in which the workers, though physically present, virtually withhold their labor, are as much as strike as there are workers physically present, but then as they are not working, it is a kind of absent also, which is what held in this particular case law. The third category is go slow strike. But remember, go slow is always a confusion whether to consider it as a strike or not, because here there is no cessation of work or there is no stoppage of work. I have four case laws here. In the first three case laws, that is Bal Santokh Bal versus Fine Knitting Company Limited and Bharat Sugar Mills Limited versus Jai Singh and Sasa Musa Sugar Works Private Limited versus Shobhrati Khan. In all of these cases, it was held that go slow is not a strike. However, there were observations also. Like for example, in the case law of Bharat Sugar Mills Limited versus Jai Singh, it was held that the go slow tactics are far more serious than the normal strikes, because the employee is getting full wages whereas the employer is not getting full output. So that way it is dangerous. And in the Sasa Musa Sugar Works Private Limited versus Shobhrati Khan, the Justice V.V. Giri held that this is enemy number one, because by doing go slow, the employee becomes responsible for misconduct, and by that he may lose his job, which causes to his livelihood. Same way, the employer is also losing his output. So it is enemy number one as far as V.V. Giri is concerned. And the last case law, that is Firestone Tire and Rubber Company of India Limited versus Boja Sheth, it was held that the production target which was not achieved by the workman can permit the dismissal of employees concerned. Here the target was 28 whereas the production was only 8, or another case the target was 16 whereas the production was only 8, and Supreme Court permitted to dismiss such employees concerned because their go slow was causing the employer. That way you need to remember that it is a dangerous tactic also which can be utilized by the workman. That is all about go slow strike. The next type of strike is work to rule strike. What happens here? The workmen start following the rules in 100% manner. like they will start doing 100% compliance. They will not do any kind of adjustment. Like for example, in the railway workers protest which happened in the year 2018, all the workmen decided that if there are any repair works need to be done, then they will follow the manual, and if only all the equipments according to the manual are available, then they will do the repair work, otherwise they will not do. That is the way they do the work to rule strike. Now, one another example in the same case is they have decided that the one who is driving the goods train will not drive the passenger train. That was one another decision. Likewise, they also decided that they will not work beyond the prescribed working hours. All of these are working according to the rule of their department. This is called work to rule strike, and by doing this they will create lot of inconvenience and they will ensure that the production has come down or the turnover has come down. This is the fourth type of strike. The fifth type is tool down, pen down or sit down strike. What happens here? The workman reports to the workplace but they are not working. Tool down means they are not starting the work in their respective machine. Pen down means the people who are at official level like the bank employees, they are not lifting the pen. That means they are not literally logging into their system. That is pen down. Or sit down means they are just going and sitting in their workplace. That is called sit down strike. And this is also one of the major type of strike. And the examples for that is LD Sugar Mills versus Ram Sarup and the Municipal Corporation Employees of Punjab, which happened in the year 1988, where they observed a pen down strike to protest against the non-acceptance of their demands by the state government. Likewise, the Bank of India versus T.S. Kesawala, here Justice Jaswant observed that the helpless labor have waged the relentless battles against the mighty managements. Now, he was in support of the workmen here, and these are the few examples for tool down or pen down or sit down strikes. Then comes the sixth type, which is one of the major way of pushing the management to take the decision quickly, that is hunger strike. And one of the example that you can quote is the strike by Bajaj Auto Workers, which happened for 2 days on 7th and 8th of January 2017. The seventh type is relay strike. Relay means one batch does the strike and after that the same batch going to work, and the batch which has already completed the work will come back and sit and continue the strike. It is just like relay run. One person completes the run and he passes the baton and the other person starts running. Likewise here the strike is continued. They are not stopping the strike, at the same time they are not stopping the work also, which is called as relay strike. Here the example is Maruti Udyog Employees Union versus State of Haryana. Here they have done hunger strike in a relay mode. The eighth type is lightning, wildcat or quick strike. These strikes are not planned. On a particular issue, suddenly they start the strike and every workman come and join them. That is called lightning or wildcat or quick strike, and these strikes are mostly illegal strike because they are not giving any notice. Now in public utility services, you have to give minimum notice of 14 days, and in other industries, the standing orders are controlling the number of days of notice for strike. And here in the case law, that is Swami Oil Mills versus their workers, there was a lightning strike and it was held that because there was no notice, it was an illegal strike. The ninth type is sympathetic strike. This is done to show sympathy to somebody else. Now, there is a group of industries in a particular area. One industry may be going through certain, the workers are going to certain pain or they have some issues with the management. Now the other industries which are around, they are also supporting them in some manner. That is called as sympathetic strike. Maybe they are going out and standing in front of the gate of the company. All this can be done. That is called sympathetic strike. And then comes the mass resignations. Mass resignation, what happens here? Lot of people start resigning at a time to ensure that the employer is coming under pressure and give whatever they are asking for or the demands are satisfied. Here the example is the doctors' mass resignation happened in West Bengal during June 2019, where within 2 weeks almost 500 doctors resigned, and that can be an example for mass resignations. The last type of strike that I am discussing here is Gherao, which is a Hindi term. What happens here? The workman will have certain demand and management is not bothering. In that case, all the workmen come and make a circle around that particular officer or certain management staff. By making a mob around them, they are pressurizing the management to listen to them or satisfy their demand. And in the case law, that is Jaya Engineering Works Limited versus State of West Bengal, the term is tried to define as to cover or to encircle, and I have given a lot of details pertaining to Gherao. You can read through it once, but basically, as I have already told, it is making mob around a person to pressurize him to listen to their demands, and this is one of the major tactics used by the Indian unions. While writing answer for the types of strike, you need not to write details for each case law. That is why I have given what is held in that particular case law in just single lines, and that is sufficient as far as your exams are concerned. And with that, I am concluding. Thank you so much for subscribing my channel. Please like, share and comment my videos. All the very best for whatsoever purpose you are referring my channel, and thanks again.